Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in strong and continued opposition to the Federal Aviation Administration's Airspace Redesign plan. And frankly, it just gets worse and worse and worse. First, they say that there will be hundreds of new air flights from Newark Airport flying over my constituents in Rockland County, New York. And now we learn that they've changed the plan and made it even worse. They're now redirecting an additional 100 flights per day from JF Kennedy International Airport over Rockland County. The FAA made this decision without consulting me or, to the best of my knowledge, any other elected official whose constituents are affected by the increased air traffic. More so, when we originally requested that the redesign be altered so that the flights would be directed over less populated areas, the FAA had the gall to say that the plan could not be changed because it could then be opened up to lawsuits. Now we find that they have gone and changed the plan anyway to suit their own ends. I find this insulting and hypocritical. Typical government agency bureaucracy. This plan was concocted with zero input from the residents it harms the most, particularly my constituents in Rockland County, who would be most adversely affected by the plan. And specifically, in addition to the 300 to 400 planes heading daily to Newark International Airport, this plan would now redirect 100 flights per day from JFK Airport. The FAA doesn't seem to mind inconveniencing residents on the ground. Additionally, there was no consultation or notification to myself or any other elected officials whose constituents are affected by the proposed plan. While several town halls were held throughout the FAA airspace redesign process, they were held throughout the FAA airspace redesign process, a redesign that again I strongly opposed. I have not been made aware of any community involvement with this recent decision. In the past, I was able, after begging, pleading, cajoling, and threatening, to get the FAA to hold a town hall meeting in Rockland County where 1,200 residents attended and spoke in universal opposition to this plan. But again, the public be damned. The government knows better. The FAA did not listen then, and look where we are now. In this instance, however, we have had no such opportunity. It's been clear for many years that the FAA has had no intention to listen to the people of Rockland County, and this recent decision only reinforces that. I've spoken to and written letters to the FAA and to Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood asking for reconsideration of their redesign plan, and I'm outraged at the decision to direct even more flights over the county. There are other ways to address the problems facing airports and delayed flights without requiring the people of Rockland County to bear this burden. As my constituents have noted to me, the noise and air pollution in the area will increase. It is unknown how this increase in air pollution will affect the disproportionate rate of childhood asthma in my district. Another issue not taken into account by the FAA is a lack of preparedness for a severe airline emergency in this densely populated area. It's likely that first responders would have to be trained for the event of a catastrophic airplane crash, God forbid, causing added cost to local police, fire, and EMT departments that are already stretched thin. In addition, while the flight plans will not route commercial aircraft directly over the Indian Point nuclear power plant, the proximity could lead to an extremely dangerous scenario. Over 20 million people live within 50 miles of Indian Point. I believe it is clear this redirection will cause a significant decrease in the quality of life for my constituents in Rockland County. And what for? The expected result of this scheme is the paltry reduction of delays, an average of 3 minutes per flight. The modernization of our aviation system is necessary to bring it into the 21st century, to keep pace with the increased number of flights, and to also maintain our technological advancements by implementing new equipment to keep our system the safest in the world. However, there are several alternatives to this new plan, including the redirection of these flights over the underutilized airspace over the Atlantic Ocean. I'm outraged by this decision, and I call on the Department of Transportation and the Federal Aviation Administration to not say one thing, only to do another, all to the detriment of my constituents in Rockland County. I am against this new move by the FAA and will continue to fight against its implementation. And I yield back.